All right, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Camila, and for this video I will just be discussing my mother's natural hair journey. So I know I mainly talk about my hair, but I also dibble and dabble in like a few other people in my family's hair, and my mom is one of them, and I've been doing her hair pretty consistently for like the past almost like 4 years. So I'm just going to be showing pictures. I don't think I have any videos of what her hair has looked like throughout that time. But now at the moment, I'm just going to take it a little bit back. I'm going to show some photos as to what I remember her hair being when I was younger. So when I was, I'm looking at my phone so I can remember what I do. But when I was younger, my mom used to always wear her hair straight, from what I recall, and it was always had the little bump or whatever. I think there was a time where she dyed it. It was like this brown color. I'll see if I can find a photo of that. But she's never really done anything too crazy with her hair. There was a time, now this, I'm just like pulling from memory, so I could be wrong, but I think one time they did perm her hair, and from what I recall, she wasn't really with it, or she didn't really know what it was, and they ended up doing it and she didn't like it. But that was the only time that I believe she had her hair permed. She never had like any really short cuts or anything like that, like no pixies or, you know, a little shaved, nothing like that. But she would always wear her hair straightened. Now as we got older, we used to straighten her hair for her, so she used to always ask us to straighten it like every other week or so, and I felt like her hair just started to look really damaged, in my opinion. You know, she didn't really care. She used to hit the hot comb every night or every morning when she wake up to get her kitchen, because at one point somebody shaved like her hair kind of far up. I don't know if it's just because they didn't want to do it, or they felt like it was too short, or, you know, people tend to do their hair the way that they want their hair done, if that makes sense. Like they do things on them, on other people, that they would want on them. But regardless, that was something that happened to her too. They just went kind of far up. Like her kitchen was no longer a kitchen. It was given living room, dining room. It was kind of far up there. And she could never really grow it back. Like it just would continue to break off, and she wasn't really helping by hitting it with the hot comb every morning. So overall her hair just was really heat damaged, really short in the back, so like the hair over it, you couldn't really tell, but it went kind of far up, and it was a little stringy when wet. Like it just wasn't at its best health. So that is when I suggested, I don't know if my sister said anything, but I'm like, I don't think you should keep doing this. This isn't good for your hair. She was like, well, what else do I do with my hair? So then comes the journey of trying to figure out what to do with her hair. So I'm gonna insert a photo here, and this photo is the last photo that I took when I was straightening her hair, and it looks pretty healthy. It looks pretty blunt because I was one to cut ends, so I kept like kind of cutting the ends, but her hair was just getting shorter, and you can't see the damage underneath this piece because I didn't do it with her full hair being done. I don't know why I took a picture. I think just to show her, but that is the only picture that I have. But it looks shiny. It looks like it's healthy and full, but it's really damaged like towards the front, the kitchen. Like it doesn't look as healthy as it does in the photo. I mean, it wasn't as healthy as it looked in the photo. Now she started to try and do kind of what I've done in the past, like twist outs, braid outs, but her hair was fine and kind of stringy, due to it being heat damage, that it just wasn't something that she was too fond of. It didn't look bad, but it was harder to maintain, and she still had to put like maintenance into it, so she didn't really like doing that. So I do Marley twist. So I've done Marley twist in my hair. I mainly did it in my friend hair, so I'll show what it looks like on my friend, because I'm pretty sure, I mean, she made mine, but she don't watch my stuff, so it don't matter. This is what it looks like on her. And I started to do them on my mom. Now my friend, she liked them smaller. Her hair is thicker, so it looks different, and she had color. But my mom, it was just like, okay, it was lightweight compared to braids, so she liked that, and I can do that. I can't braid, so I'm not going to keep braiding your hair over and over. Twist I can do, but now that I'm kind of getting older and have more hand problems, it's not fun for me. But I can do twist. So she was wearing that for a while. Let's say January, no, maybe like March, April of 2019, I started to put these in her hair, because from the end of 2018 to from the end of 2018 or summer of 2018 to like the beginning of 2019, she was trying to do like the twist outs or the braid outs. And then came 2019, no, 2020, I started to put Marley twist in her hair. So I began to do Marley twist in her hair, and it was okay, but the only thing is that her hair was heat damaged. So when it would get kind of rough, the straight pieces would just start to stick out. So being that it's straight, it doesn't really match with the hair well. So it just wasn't looking right after time. Or I would have to retwist it sooner than I would want to. Or, you know, just constantly redoing them. And that didn't really sit well with me. So I always wanted to cut the heat damage, but I just didn't want to cut so much because I have a photo of what the heat damage looked like. Like I'm holding the hair and it's like this really long piece, and you can see the difference from the root, and even like just a little bit of the ends was like textured, but the rest was straight. And these pieces was like all throughout her hair, and it would just make the twisting a little bit more irritating because it wasn't really mixing well or blending well, and after a while it really wasn't blending well. So that was a frustrating part of it. But that is a photo that I have, as well as I'm gonna show a photo of like what her kitchen looks like. Like it probably is about this long, but like all the way up to like the middle of her ear, it was that long. I couldn't even take the flat iron and get all the hair without feeling like I'm gonna burn my finger or the comb would get caught because there just wasn't enough hair there. So it was really short back there, but as we were doing the twist, it grew and it's like down her back. So I was like, okay, we're doing something good, because I didn't even think I could grow out her kitchen. I can't really grow out my kitchen. So it was working, but it took a while for me to be able to cut off all the heat damage kind of gradually without making her feel like, oh, her hair wasn't growing or all these things that she would constantly say. She also felt like her hair was very thin or fine. Her hair isn't that fine. I mean, she has a decent head of hair as in like thickness, but because of the heat damage, it was pretty stringy. It wasn't as full, and the fact that her kitchen was kind of far up, well, it was her kitchen, but the fact that they shaved her hair up and that hair just wasn't growing back the way that it should have, it wasn't adding to the volume of her hair, and it made her hair feel a lot thinner than it actually was. So after growing that part out and getting rid of some of that heat damage, it definitely thickened up. When it was blow dry, it thickened up. It looked a lot better because the overall health was better. So we were able to get that far, and then the twist started to look a little better. They started to, even when they got a little rough, it looked like her hair was blending better than it was before. So we were okay with the twist, and we was doing that for a while. But October of 2021, 2021, I think. October of 2021, this happened because of me. Basically, I was gonna try some soft locks, faux locks in my hair, and I separated my hair first because the hair didn't come for a minute. So I was like, let me just twist my hair up so then when I get here, I can wrap my hair. I don't do braids under any really like protective style just because I feel like they could be kind of drying, and twists just feel kind of juicy to me and they feel more moisturized. So I'm just a twist girl. I do it on anybody else's hair that I do too. I don't put braids. And yeah, that's just what I do. So I did my hair like that, and I ended up just enjoying my hair in like the mini twist. So I never added the locks, but I added them on my little cousin. So I'll put a photo of what my little cousin looked like with the locks, just the back. I never really take photos of people hair when I do it, but this is what it looked like with my little cousin. And then my mom kind of liked it, and I was like, you know what, it might be good to try these on you. We can give it a try. And the good thing about these is that it wraps her hair. So even if it looked a little rough, or if her hair, you know, after some time, the only thing that would look bad is kind of like the roots. Well, not bad. The only thing that would look like it needs some TLC is the roots, but her hair underneath would be fine. So I'm just like, okay, let's give this a go. So that is exactly what we did, and she ended up liking it, and we've been doing that ever since. So it's been almost... So it's been a year, maybe like a year and a half since I've been doing her hair with the faux locks, and it's just been going, you know? And one thing that you'll probably see in some of these photos that I post is that you'll see more gray. So she used to do a rinse over her hair. Mind you, it wouldn't even turn her hair black. It would turn like orange. So I don't know why, but that is what she would do. But I've encouraged her, just wear your gray. Like, it is what it is. You're not really hiding it anymore anyway. And I think, you know, age gracefully. There's nothing wrong with aging, you know. Embrace it. Enjoy it. So she's wearing the gray more. She hasn't put any more rinse in it. And if I do the locks, I try and incorporate like gray hair to try and make it blend a little bit better. So it's not just gray hair here and the rest is like jet black. So I've tried, but I'm not a beautician. I'm not a professional. I just try my best, and she don't want to go to nobody. Everybody come to me because I'm free. So that is what I've been doing, and her hair has definitely had some progress. So this past week or so, I ended up straightening her hair. I'm like, you know, you can straighten it so we can make sure the ends is cool, see the difference, because she always said, well, it's not growing. Why everybody else's hair growing and my hair not growing? But it was. She just never straightened it. You won't really see it because every time we did her hair, she just twisted it right. We put the locks right back in, or put the twist right back in, so she never saw it out. Because the way that I refresh her twist or braids is she washes the hair, so we'll wash it with the actual locks in it or the Marley twist, and what I do is cut it though, like to her hair length, so I'm not wasting my shampoo. But we'll wash it like that, and then I'll take each one out, comb any length that may be there, anything like that out, retwist and all of that, and make sure her scalp is clean, and then I'll add another lock or a Marley twist to her hair, and we'll go from there. And that's just the way that I like to do it. It helps me with time and energy because I am not a beautician. I hate doing hair. I hate it with a passion, but people love asking me. So for her to continue to get her hair done with me, that's how we do it. But I've also encouraged her to like straighten it, but she don't like to because she doesn't sweat a lot, but when she hot, it'll like sweat out, or at least that's what it used to do because it was so short and it's like on her neck. She would constantly feel the need to put heat on it. But I'm like, just give it a go. So you can see, you only have to wear it for like a week or so. And then we can just put the locks right back in. But that lets me see where your hair is, as well as if it needs a cut. So, or a trim. So we did it, and I'll put some photos of what her hair looked like. Now, her ends was not the best, but I don't want to traumatize her by like cutting everything off because she didn't want to cut and all that. So I didn't do that, but I'm going to gradually cut those ends to kind of thicken them up because some places is just not as full as like other places in her hair. So overall, this is probably the longest that her hair has been, to my knowledge. And I think she even said it, like she hasn't had her hair that long probably like ever in her life, or if it was probably like right around there. But yeah, so far it's working for her. Oh, there was something I did mention. There was a time where we did straighten her one time since we've been doing this, and I cut the hair, but the state that it was in, it was kind of giving mullet, so it wasn't really her favorite at the time. She didn't really like it very much, but it was she was kind of back where she started in the sense of length, but not in the sense of health, because there was no heat damage. So it was a win, but if she couldn't see it, she didn't believe it. So that's just where we was then. Okay, so this is the same photos that I included earlier. I'm just including these just to show people what those stringy pieces look like, kind of side by side. But that is the heat damage that I was speaking of, cutting slowly. This is probably one of the earlier photos that I took. As you can see, her hair is a lot darker because she was still using that rinse. Now, only thing is don't worry about the parts. Parts are going to be crooked. Now, this next set of photos, you'll see the oldest. It'll go from oldest to newest. For whatever reason, that middle picture, it seems like she has a lot of gray hair, but the one in the middle and the one on the right was probably taken no more than 2 months apart. So I don't really know what's going on there. This next set of photos is just showing how her curl pattern kind of changed up after I slowly cut that heat damage. The one to the left, again, is the oldest. Over to the right is the newest. And for whatever reason well, I know why, but after I cut the heat damage, the pattern just became stronger. This next set of photos is her kitchen. As I was speaking, the back of her neck, or the nape of her neck where her hair was very short, and it took some time for it to grow out, but I don't know how, but I was able to help her retain length and grow that out, and it's a lot healthier now. And then these last two photos that's coming up is just a before and after what her hair looked like. It doesn't look too crazy, but the one on the right or the one on the left, I couldn't really show how damaged her hair was because I never intended on making a video or tracking the progress of her hair growth. But the one on the right, her hair is a lot healthier. The ends could use some help, but it's better. Journey looks like now. I've tried to like videotape me doing her hair, but it's kind of hard, me videotaping myself doing other people's hair, but I'll try to do so. I'm just not very good at it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for anybody who's curious, because I know people love telling me when it comes to my hair, genetics, genetics, genetics. But if you look at my mom's hair, it's not like my hair, and neither is my dad. Well, I don't feel like I have either one of their hairs. Her hair is consistent with like texture all over. Mine's is not. Same with my dad. His is pretty consistent. Mine's is not. Or mine is not. And yeah, the thickness, the density, the length, neither one of them has hair similar to mine. Grandparents, no. So for everybody who always telling me genetics, 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 where? But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is what has happened thus far. That is what her hair looks like. And if it has another like growth or anything spectacular to report on, I will videotape that and share that. But that is all that I have for this video, so thank you for watching. Yeah.